This is YNS. Hello. YNS, the YouTube news service.
Pakistan will immediately reopen a vital supply route for NATO forces in Afghanistan 10 days after it was shut following a cross-border airstrike by NATO forces, the Foreign Ministry said on Saturday. The United States apologized to Pakistan on Wednesday for the September 30th raid that killed 2 Pakistani soldiers, raising hopes that Pakistan would reopen the Torkham border crossing in the northwest for transporting supplies for the NATO-led International Security Assistance Force. Militants in Pakistan have attacked convoys of tankers since the incursion to try to disrupt supplies. In the latest such attack, gunmen in the southwest set fire to nearly 30 tankers parked at a roadside restaurant early on Saturday. Pakistan had closed the Torkham route passing through the Khyber Pass soon after the cross-border incursion killed the soldiers. Authorities cited security reasons. After assessing the security situation in all its aspects, the government has decided to reopen the NATO ISAF supply from the Pakistan-Afghanistan border at Torkham with immediate effect, the Foreign Ministry said in a statement. Our relevant authorities are now in the process of coordinating with authorities on the other side of the border to ensure smooth resumption of the supply traffic. Richard Snelsier, the US Embassy spokesman, said Washington welcomed the reopening of the border crossing and called it a positive development. Train services between Nottinghamshire and Lincolnshire were disrupted following the theft of cabling. The cable was stolen in the Newark area in Nottinghamshire and affected the signalling system. East Midlands train services were cancelled between Nottingham and Lincoln while Network Rail engineers repaired the damage. Services resumed on Friday evening, but some trains were delayed by up to 20 minutes. There may be light at the end of a nearly completed tunnel for the 33 men trapped since August the 5th, almost half a mile below ground, with rescuers expected to reach them within a day, Chile's mining minister said Friday afternoon. Once the mine has been reached, the rescue process can begin within 3 to 4 days. But mine engineers must decide first whether they need to encase the shaft with steel tubing to prevent rockfalls and further collapses during the extraction process. If we do a full casing of the hole, those 3 to 4 days could go to 8 to 10 days, Goulburn told reporters. One of the rescue coordinators, Rene Aguilar, an engineer for state copper company Codelco, said this week they may encase just the first 100 metres of the shaft, a process that could take just 10 hours. Arab ministers have agreed to give the US another month to try to keep Israeli-Palestinian peace talks from collapsing. The decision came on Friday at an Arab League summit in the Libyan city of Sirte. The Arab leaders want the US to persuade Israel to renew a freeze on West Bank settlement construction. They have supported the Palestinians' decision to stop direct talks with Israel until the Israelis agree to halt all settlement construction on the West Bank. The Arab decision represents a compromise as the US struggles to prevent a total collapse of direct negotiations between the two sides that began last month. Some Arab countries are proposing that Mahmoud Abbas, the Palestinian president, return to indirect negotiation to avoid a total breakdown of Middle East peace. 7 people, including a 13-year-old girl, lured a vulnerable man to grassland where he was attacked and left unconscious, a court has heard. The body of Sean Rossington, 21, was discovered on land close to Waitrose on Searby Road, Lincoln, on the 3rd of June. Nottingham Crown Court heard he was attacked, left face down on the ground, and died from lack of oxygen. 2 men aged 20 and 27, 1 girl 17, 2 boys 17, another boy 16, and a girl now 14 denied murder. Defendants Nicholas Shelbourne of Lofton Way, Lincoln, Mark Jackson 20 of Yarborough Road, Lincoln, and the 17-year-old girl, the 16-year-old and the 14-year-old girl have also denied a charge of conspiracy to pervert the course of justice. Richard Latham, prosecuting, told the court Mr. Rossington was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome in 2009 and was described as naive. What's the word coming to? China overnight slammed the awarding of the Nobel Peace Prize to jailed dissident Liu Xiaobo as a violation of the award's ideals, while the laureate's joyful wife led calls for his immediate release. Beijing, which had repeatedly branded the 54-year-old writer a criminal following his December 2009 jailing for 11 years on subversive charges, also warned Norway that ties would suffer over the Nobel Committee's decision. The Nobel Peace Prize should be awarded to those who work to promote ethnic harmony, international friendship, disarmament, and who hold peace meetings. These were Alfred Nobel's wishes, Foreign Ministry spokesman Marcel Cruz said. I'm terrible with these names. Ma added in a statement on the ministry's website, Liu Xiaobo was found guilty of violating Chinese law and sentenced to prison by Chinese judicial organs. His actions run contrary to the purpose of the Nobel Peace Prize. By awarding the prize to this person, the Nobel Committee has violated and blasphemed the award. How can you blaspheme an award? Rescue workers have evacuated a Hungarian village due to a heightened threat of a second flood of toxic red sludge from a broken reservoir and aluminium plant. A weakened wall in the reservoir, from which 1 million cubic meters of sludge flooded several nearby villages, fields and waterways skirting the Danube River earlier this week, is in danger to collapse. Authorities evacuated 800 inhabitants from the village of Kolontar to the town of Ajka. Hungarian Disaster Agency spokesman Tibor Dobson confirmed, and Kolontar has been sealed off. Hungary declared a state of emergency in 3 counties after sludge from the aluminium plant flooded 3 villages on Monday, about 160 kilometers west of Budapest, killing 7 people and injuring around 150. UN climate talks were set to wrap up on Saturday, with China and the United States locked in a standoff, slowing down progress ahead of a major summit next month on global warming. The major powers sparred through 6 days of talks in the northern Chinese city of Tianjin, prompting the hosts to warn on the penultimate day that the atmosphere for negotiation had deteriorated. I want to emphasize no compromise on the interests of developing countries, the Chinese Foreign Minister's Special Representative for Climate Change, Huang Kang, told delegates on Friday. We are losing trust and confidence. Delegates from more than 170 countries attended the latest round of the long-running United Nations negotiations that are aimed at eventually securing a binding global treaty on how to limit and cope with climate change. World leaders failed to broker such a treaty in Copenhagen last year as developed and developing nations battled over who should carry more of the burden in cutting greenhouse gas emissions that are blamed for global warming. A bomb squad has safely disposed of an unexploded World War II shell, which was found at a building site in Lincolnshire. The device, believed to be the nose cone of a plane-mounted bomb, was uncovered at the former WWII site in Bicker. Police called a team of experts from RAF Wittering near Stamford who removed it on Wednesday evening. The bomb had retained its detonation pin and mounting bracket, said the Lincolnshire Force. And finally, officers conducting a murder inquiry in Boston are appealing for additional witnesses to come forward. In particular, they would like to hear from any pedestrians who were walking between England Road, Lawton Road and Argyle Street between 1:55 p.m. and 2:20 p.m. Thursday. Additionally, police would like to trace the drivers and passengers of the following vehicles that were travelling in the location during those times: a silver Astra, a dark green minivan, a Ford taxi van, a Vauxhall Tigra, a red Volkswagen, a Citroen Saxo. The Op Popular CID team can be contacted at Boston Police Station on 01205 312 235. Alternatively, anyone with information can call Boston Police Station directly on 01205 366 222, quoting the incident number, which I don't know what it is, or Crime Stoppers anonymously on 0800 555 111. Previous news releases indicate that police were called to a house in Argyle Street, Boston at 2:14 p.m. Thursday afternoon in response to an incident involving two men and a woman. A 47-year-old man and a woman, whose age was not confirmed, were taken to Boston Pilgrim Hospital with stab wounds, where the woman died shortly after arrival. Police are treating her death as murder. The man is receiving treatment at Boston Pilgrim for his injuries. A 45-year-old man was arrested near to the address. He is also suffering from injuries and is being treated at Pilgrim Hospital. The 47-year-old stab victim is currently stable in Pilgrim Hospital. The deceased woman was 36 years old. The 45-year-old man remains under arrest and continues to be treated for his injuries. Argyle Street is currently closed while forensic examinations are ongoing. The victim's name will be released when formal identification has been carried out and all family members have been informed. It is unlikely that this will be today. Thank you for watching. This was YNS, bringing the news to you.